Welcome to Dakota and Family. I'm Dad. This is Mom.
I'm Mom.
Today, it's not going to be a fun vlog. It's our reality. It's also other families' reality. It's been an ongoing struggle for a long time. Ever since, probably since he was 2. Probably even before then with all his rehabilitation stuff. But today we're going to discuss basically what's ongoing and recent and what a lot of you families out there are going through. So we'll start off with
Poop messes.
our son is 9 years old. He's a walking 2-year-old. I'm just going to be honest. He's cognitive delayed. He's globally developmentally delayed. I mean, he's in all areas he's delayed. He's nonverbal, and so it makes it difficult. And sometimes he smears poop everywhere, like tonight. Footprints from the bedroom to the bathroom, basically. I had to clean up Dakota while we got the oldest and Mom to clean up the big poop mess on the floor. It struggles. And then we snap at each other because of that stuff, because it is disgusting. We get frustrated. We get upset about it. I know you all probably do the same thing. And I feel bad for the single parents out there, whether you're a mom or a dad. One of our big issues is feeling isolated with no family or friends. I'm going to be honest with you. Our family says hi and I love you, but they do it about 1,000 miles away. I can't trust nobody with my nonverbal son because he can't tell me if somebody's abusing him. I hardly can trust the school that he goes to. Missouri State School for the Severely Disabled. It's called Prairie View. I can't trust anybody. Because I know if I lose my anger, and I can still barely control it sometimes, I imagine what a stranger can do. I control mine. I'll walk away. My wife will tell me to do a timeout. All that. How do you feel about this, honey?
Well, it's really a struggle because we really don't have any help with a lot of these struggles. We just go on a whim on a lot of it and deal with it the best way we can. There's a lot of bad people out there, and we can't trust anybody with any of our kids. It's really frustrating.
We had a previous incident, and due to protecting one of our kids' privacy, let's just put it this way, we had incidents even with family members.
So we can't even trust family.
Mm-mm. Okay, next is his pinching, and it's sometimes hitting, and sometimes throwing a huge meltdown, or sometimes it's not even a meltdown, it's to give its attention, but it hurts physically and all that, all because he can't talk or tell us what he wants or needs, or what's upsetting him, or if he's not sick or whatever. I don't know what to say about that. It just gets upsetting, and it's tough. Sometimes he has good days and we go without it hardly. Then there's like left and right pinching, crying, screaming. I must say he hasn't been too bad on the meltdowns lately, but I figure it's coming sooner or later.
And we know that people say that, oh, it'll get better.
It doesn't get better.
It don't get better. We just deal with and go with the flow on everything. But a lot of times it doesn't get any better. The next thing is...
Let's skip to that.
We're trying to...
Oh, wait, Dakota's play toy.
Oh, yeah. On the weekends, we are usually Dakota's play toy, meaning that he wants us to play with him constantly, and it's hard for us to get house chores done or go places or anything, because he always wants to us to play with him, which we don't mind that, but we would like to get other stuff done, and it's hard to do that with him always up our butt. But we try to get the other two kids to help distract him. They do that, but we end up running into problems.
They're too wrapped up into games or whatever.
Into games or their phone or whatever, so...
Although the middle one doesn't have a problem with it right now since she's grounded, but...
No, she's grounded, but anyway, yeah, that's a struggle, trying to get things done on the weekends. We try to do our best to get a lot of this stuff done during the week when he's at school. That's pretty much the only time that we can get anything done is when he's at school.
There's been times where we wanted to go out as a family and we had to stop and not do it because he threw a meltdown or he didn't want to go out. And that's another thing.
Our visits to places are
short and sweet.
Short. A lot of times are short because he could just like start screaming or having a meltdown for no reason right in the middle of what we're doing, and we have to just leave. And it's a stress on us, it's a stress on the other two kids because they want to go out and have fun, and we always tell them that, you know, we can't do a lot of stuff because of Dakota. We try to go out to places, we try to get him exposed.
He did pretty good on the mall the last time, but...
We try to get him exposed to as many places as possible so that way he can get used to it. And that's the only thing you can do with autistic kids is try to expose them to different environments so that way they can get used to it eventually and it won't be so much of a hassle or a fight.
All right, I think we're done talking about him a little bit. Let's try to move on to the girls. First of all,
we're in the middle of trying to teach the 16-year-old life skills. She's cognitive to delayed.
So is the oldest.
So is the oldest. They have
huge learning.
Mild.
On their school forms it says mild retardation.
Mild learning disability.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get her to.
She doesn't want to do anything. She's not willing to learn.
She doesn't want to do anything that we ask her to do. We try to teach her to cook. She doesn't want to cook.
Although we got a victory with oatmeal, I got to say that.
There for the longest time, I was making her sandwiches. Still. And
she has the same chromosome issue as Dakota, so I'm thinking that she may be higher on the spectrum too.
We'll never know.
We'll never know because they couldn't. They tested her, but they didn't say she was.
Trying to teach her different things. She's also has a vision problem.
Yes, one of her eyes is almost blind, legally blind.
She's almost blind. Right now on the eye charts, she can't do the eye chart anymore. The biggest E on the chart, she can't even see it. So now they have to do the finger test.
And she wants to learn how to drive, and I'm like leery of that.
She wants to really bad wants to learn how to drive, and right now we're in the
no.
We don't know if she can be able to drive or anything because of her eyes. So we kind of
and plus
keep
she's not
away
mature
from that
enough.
subject.
She's not mature enough. She's not making good decisions right now. She doesn't think things through or the consequences. And so at that point, as far as maturity, I don't want somebody like that behind the wheel.
She acts she's like at a 9-year-old level.
Yeah, so it's not really safe for her or others to be out on the road with her. She doesn't think of the consequences and everything, and once she does, and you know, she's a totally different person when she's on ground, but she's sweet to be around with right now.
Yeah.
She's a nice young girl, but as soon as we give her stuff back, things will change. And yeah, we videotaped it and put it on YouTube, but we did it for a reason. One, to tell everybody that we not only have an autistic kid, we have other kids that are giving us some challenges too. And it helped with her behavior a little bit, because now she doesn't want that seen on YouTube, so she's not going to behave as bad, hopefully. But I want her to not behave or have an attitude or be mean to people because she knows it's not right. Not because she's going to be put on YouTube. So we're trying to teach her some boundaries there. The oldest, I don't know what to do with her.
She has no
future plans. She doesn't want to make plans. She doesn't want to go to voc rehab or anything. She's got Social Security right now, but if she gets married, it'll get dropped. You know, it's depressing.
She has no motivation.
And they tested her for something, and it was the first time they thought where zero interest. And it was an interest test, and zero interest.
Like what she wants to do as a career, she had no interest. Zero.
So what boils down is that we've been struggling. The last few nights, Dakota has not been sleeping well. Poop messes left and right. Trying to make suggestions on, well, that might cost too much to the oldest, and then they overreact. Or even if you make, that's another thing, if you make suggestions or directions, both of them will overreact.
And then it's a big fight.
Yep.
Or they cop attitudes.
So tomorrow we'll discuss our what's going on with us emotionally. Tomorrow we'll discuss that. And that might be very emotional. If you've had similar problems with your children, or you know what we're going through, or you just want to say friendly hi and sorry you're going through that, we'd appreciate that.
Yeah, you can leave comments down in the comment section.
On YouTube or even on our Facebook posts. I'm sorry if I seem to be like pilfering your Facebook pages with my posts on my videos, but we just feel so alone. We feel so isolated. And it gets to us. And it stresses our marriage out, where we have to stay up later than the kids. We have to edit our vlogs after the kids go to bed. We can't, you know, we're trying to do this to bring our family together and maybe get these kids motivated. We're not getting any older. The two oldest, they really are not my bio daughters. They're my stepdaughters, but I've raised them the last 10 years, so they're mine. Their bio dad passed away this year, so, you know, it worries us about their future. So, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and say a thoughtful prayer or meditation or whatever you believe in for us. Because the struggles are real for us, and I'm sure the struggles are real for other special needs parents too. There's always someone worse off than us. There's kids in wheelchairs that can't even talk or eat at my son's school. So, like and subscribe to the channel, and we're out of here. And we'll talk more tomorrow.